What's up? It's me, Dr. Josh, and I want to talk real quick about the Queen's Gambit of rehab exercise. I don't know what Gambit means, but damn, I love that show, the Queen's Gambit. Anyways, it has to do with chess, and there was this study that I think applies to how we do rehab and exercise for our clients that I wanted to share. Yes, this is old man Josh getting on his old man soapbox and shouting from the mountains to both get off my lawn and do better versions of rehab and exercise, but here's the deal. There was a study where they took highly trained chess players and random people off the street who had never played chess. So the people knew what a chess set was, but they never actually played. They took a game and they went about halfway through the game and then stopped. Pieces were all over the board in various spots. They stopped, and then they took those boards and they showed them to the group of chess players and then the group of random people, and they said, hey, can you recreate this game? Can you put it in order where it is? The highly experienced chess players could recreate that game with about 94% accuracy. They knew where all the pieces should go and who was where and white was where, black was where, and what squares. The random people could do it with about 17% accuracy, so a little less than 1 out of 5 times they got the pieces in the right place. So it made them think, wow, are these chess players just better at remembering things? They just have photographic memories? So the researchers decided to kind of mix it up. So instead of stopping the game halfway through, they randomly placed pieces all over the board in random order. In fact, in ways that normal chess would not move. When they then tested the experienced chess players, they only were correct 19% of the time, whereas the general population was correct 17% of the time. So what this tells you is, without that organizational structure, these experienced chess people were looking at the random pieces on the board and saying, what the heck, that would never go there. How could the bishop ever end up there? That's impossible, right? So it confused them because the organizational structure had been violated. But what it also tells you is, when you understand the organizational structure, you can create the right next move. You can recreate a lot of steps. I see this with rehab exercise. The reason I'm so big about the SFMA is the SFMA provides a systematic approach to analyzing movement, looking at where they are, and then finding the spot where they need to start, right? The spot where that person needs to get their rehab exercise. So maybe that is in quadruped, they're pain-free, and in quadruped, they can get an increased range of motion somewhere without reporting pain. I love that. It lets me know where my pieces are on the board. But what I see a lot of is people that don't start with an assessment process like the SFMA and just start throwing exercises at people. There's a chance they'll work, but I think it's about 1 out of 5 because you don't have an organizational structure. So I love the SFMA. I also love programs like the CFSC and Brendan Rearick's exercise checklist. That's a fantastic class that's offered online for a couple $100. And if you use the code ClinicGymHybrid, I think you get like half off. Anyways, the reason I like that is he organizes things into 10 buckets. And those 10 buckets of exercises allow us to take every single one of our exercises that we see from an encyclopedia of people. I don't care if you follow a bunch of people on Instagram, or you've watched 10 of Eric Cressy's DVDs or online training, and you've watched Charlie Weingroff's, Tony Gentlecore's, Dean Somerset's, stuff from Mike Boyle's Strength and Conditioning, all of it, awesome, great. You have an encyclopedic knowledge of all the possible exercises. Now just organize them in your mind so that you can have 94% accuracy of where to start your patients, rather than throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping for 19%. So that's what chess and the Queen's Gambit have to do with rehab of patients. But what organizational structure do you use? I like the SFMA and its 4x4 matrix. And then that's for really rehab. And I think for exercise, I then move into the 10 buckets approach from CFSC and Brendan Rearick and all those guys. I think that's the best way. But what do you use? How do you organize things in your mind so that you don't end up just randomly throwing pieces on the board? Let me know down in the comments below, and thanks a lot. I really do like all the comments and contribution that everybody gives. Even though I'm kind of hard on everybody in these videos, I just think it's fun and stimulates conversation. Thanks for being here.